This is OneWrestling.com, 24/7 wrestling news. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Big Ray's Wrestling Show. I am the Mark of the Masses, the man with the plan, Big Ray, here to stay to talk some TNA today. TNA IMPACT 10 for 2012. But before this, ladies and gentlemen, it is me, Big Ray, versus the Masked Tweeter on OneWrestling.com or YouTube /OneWrestlingVideo. I am for Team Hell No. The Masked Tweeter X is against Team Hell No. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to know what you guys think. Please check the video out, watch the video. Let us know what you guys think. Leave a comment at OneWrestling.com or leave a comment below on YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, Big Ray versus the Masked Tweeter X. You got to check it out. Eventually, Bill Apter may have to referee down the line. But anyway, we move on. We see Hulk Hogan and Sting backstage, and they are to make an important decision. Who is going to be the second man to defend TNA's honor? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we see them discussing the Aces and Eights situation. And Sting actually states that he is going to be scouting tonight each match to see who his tag team partner will be. Well, the first match we have Mr. Anderson versus Gunner. The match took under 3 minutes, I think. Mr. Anderson beats him clean with a mic check. 1, 2, 3. Kid Cash comes into the ring, and he gets a mic check. So you get 2 for the price of 1. So Mr. Anderson looking really, really strong. And before the match, he stated that he wants a piece of Aces and Eights, and he wants to be the guy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we move on, and we see Tara backstage on her cell phone, making a little lovey-dovey on the cell phone to a supposed boyfriend. Well, Gail Kim, comes backstage and says, we got to get ready for our match. Well, Tara is more consumed with the fact that she wants to have dinner at Bound for Glory with Gail Kim and her very famous chef husband. And I got to be honest with you, I like to eat. I wouldn't mind that either. But nonetheless, they have a tag team match tonight. So we move on to the tag team match between Tara, Gail Kim, ODB, and Miss Tessmacher. And this match, and this is what I feel, I would like to know what your opinion is. Leave a comment below. I think it was billed or booked to make Tara look strong, which it did. Gail Kim basically clears the ring. She's outside the ring. ODB's outside the ring. And Miss Tessmacher gets hit with a widow's peak and gets pinned cleanly. Tara standing over her or kneeling over her, looking really, really strong. Ladies and gentlemen, will Miss Tessmacher hold on to the TNA title? Or will Tara reign again as the queen of the TNA Knockouts? Ladies and gentlemen, we will find out at Bound for Glory. We move on. So now we see the whole Joey Ryan, Al Snow situation. Joey Ryan basically egging Al Snow on. He's trying to get under Al Snow's skin to get a contract with TNA. He basically does. Al Snow ends up slapping him in the face, so on and so forth. You guys know the story. Now, Al Snow calls Joey Ryan to the ring, and he asks Joey Ryan to please forgive him. I'm sorry. Joey Ryan actually asked him to say, I'm sorry. He wanted to hear those words, I am sorry. And Al Snow obliged. Al Snow presented him with a TNA contract. Joey Ryan didn't read the contract after he signed it. He actually made Al Snow turn around, and he used his back as a table. Al Snow wasn't very happy. And they kept on harping on Al Snow's jacket, which did look horrible. But anyway, this is not a fashion show, it's wrestling. Well, we see Al Snow basically says, look, man, I tried to warn you. You should have read this. Now, I have a Twitter follower, Gary Sinelli, at Gary Sinelli, and he sent me a tweet basically asking me and bringing up the fact that, you know, he basically said that they didn't make it clear whether it was, if Joey Ryan won the match, was he getting a permanent spot at TNA, or was it just for one night? Wouldn't that be a crazy twist? That would be actually hilarious. Al Snow would get to beat the living crap out of Joey Ryan. Even if Joey Ryan goes over, maybe he won't even get a full-time contract. That would be hilarious. Good point. Ladies and gentlemen, you can follow me at Twitter at Big Ray's Show. Anyway, we move on. And finally, Joey Ryan gets his chance, but unfortunately, he has to face Al Snow. We move on, and we see Sting backstage and Kurt Angle. And Kurt Angle basically says, you know, he knows he has a tag team title match, a triple threat tag team title match, but he wants a piece of the Aces and Eights. Now, in the back, you see Kaz and Daniels, and they're intently listening into the conversation. And he basically says, look, he can pull double duty. And Sting says, I know you can pull double duty. Give me a chance. Let me think about it. And after this happens, Bully Ray comes in. And Bully Ray cuts a really heartfelt promo. He says he wants a piece of the Aces and Eights. It's their fault that he lost the title, the title match. Well, and it's their fault that he's not getting a title shot at Bound for Glory. Well, will Bully Ray be picked by Sting and Hogan? We're going to have to move on. We'll find out. So we see Kaz and Daniels backstage trying to get in the heads of AJ Styles, Hernandez, and Chavo Guerrero. And basically, they twist everything that they heard about what Kurt Angle basically said to Sting around. They basically said that Kurt Angle said that he wants nothing to do with the tag team match. That he can do everything on his own. He doesn't need AJ Styles, so on and so forth. It's bull crap. It is what it is. They're trying to get into the head of their tag team opponents for Bound for Glory. Obviously, it's going to be a triple threat match between Hernandez, Chavo Guerrero. It's going to be Kurt Angle and AJ Styles, and I actually believe, and Daniels and Cass, and I actually believe that I see a Hernandez Chavo Guerrero heel turn. I think they will work better as a heel tag team, and I actually see them holding the strap. I don't think they're going to bring Chavo Guerrero in just to be a mid-card guy or just to be just a tag team partner to Hernandez. I think they're going to hold the straps and they're going to do something relatively big in the tag team division. But I guess we'll have to move on. And we continue on with the backstage segments, and we see Austin Aries having a cup of coffee with Jeff Hardy. And they go back and forth with their banter. And basically Austin Aries, you could see that he's basically getting a little jealous of Jeff Hardy. Well, Bully Ray comes in. Bully Ray says, look, I'm gonna pick an opponent tonight. And you're lucky I don't punch you in the face right now, Austin. And you're lucky I don't punch you in the face, Jeff Hardy. But the fact of the matter is that he's gonna punch somebody in the face later on tonight. Well, they go back and forth, and they basically all agree, or Jeff Hardy agrees for everybody, that they will have a triple threat match in the main event tonight. Austin Aries is not happy. I'm telling you, a heel turn is imminent for Austin Aries. We're going to move on now, and we'll get into that a little later on. Now we move on to a singles match between Chavo Guerrero and Kurt Angle, which was actually a pretty good match. Enjoyed it very much. Kurt Angle, pretty much, it was back and forth the entire match. Towards the end of the match, we have Chavo Guerrero, who misses a frog splash. Now, when he missed a frog splash, you see Kurt Angle pulling down the straps, and he's going for the ankle lock. But Hernandez distracts him. Little heel tendency there. He distracts him, and Chavo Guerrero gets a freaking roll-up for the 1-2-3 pin. Chavo Guerrero goes over Kurt Angle. And this is basically, again, setting up for the big triple threat tag team title match at Bound for Glory. We move on to the X Division title match between Doug Williams and Zema Iron. Last week, Doug Williams really made the kid from Gut Check, Evan. He was really stiff with him. I had mentioned it last week. I thought he was a little too stiff with the kid, but the kid really proved himself. But it's not about Evan. This is about Zema Iron, who basically he went over Doug Williams. Now, Doug Williams won the match via disqualification. Let me explain. Zema Ion. So now we have Mr. Sorry About Your Damn Luck, Cowboy James Storm, coming down the ring, and he actually cuts a promo regarding the fight between him, and it's not a match, it is a fight between him and Bobby Roode, which will be, in my estimation, I think probably the match of the night. A lot of heat building towards this. They were probably one of the best tag teams. Yes, I said the best tag teams in wrestling, in all of wrestling, for a long time. Beer Money. Awesome. Beer Money. One of my favorite tag teams. But he gets interrupted by Bobby Roode while he's cutting his promo, and Bobby Roode basically comes. He puts himself over, and then he puts down the enforcer, King Mo. Now, he basically says if King Mo was here, he would say it right to his face. Well, ladies and gentlemen, King Mo makes his debut at TNA Impact. King Mo coming down wearing his little crown, his shiny robe. He gets in Bobby Roode's face, and Bobby Roode starts taking off his jacket and says, "What are you going to do about it?" And King Mo drops him. Doesn't hit him. He pushes him to the ground, and Bobby Roode looked like he crapped his pants. True. King Mo continues to the ring, and he gets in Cowboy James Storm face, and Cowboy James Storm, with a sign of respect, with a show of respect, offers him a beer, and they share it with the fans by spraying the fans. King Mo is a special enforcer. Now, guys, I would like to know what you guys think regarding King Mo, his role in TNA. Whether you think he will be an actual superstar, if you think he fits in the TNA roster, And I would like to know who you think will win this match. Ladies and gentlemen, leave a comment below here on the YouTube page. Anyway, we move on. Okay, so the night is winding down. The Aces and Eights, or the leader, or the vice president, I'm sorry, not the leader, the vice president of the Aces and Eights is backstage, and he basically states that in 10 days they're going to reveal their two guys. And they have Joseph Park in the background, tied up, all wet, and they have the, looks like they're about to torture him. They're about to electrocute him. Poor Joseph Park shouldn't got involved, but it is what it is. You know, it's part of what he does, unfortunately. But, you know, they made a good point, and they said that TNA doesn't, they don't know what true brotherhood is. Well, do they? Do the Aces and Eights do? Apparently they do. They showed a really united front there. But basically, you know, 10 days, we're going to find out who the two guys for Aces and Eights are. And tonight, we're going to find out who the two guys for TNA are. We move on. So now we go backstage or to the clubhouse, and we see the vice president, let's call him, of the Aces and Eights. And he basically states that in 10 days, they're gonna say who their two guys are who are going to face TNA's two guys. And they go on a rant about, you know, TNA not knowing what brotherhood is. Well, do these guys know what brotherhood is? Apparently they do. And I have a good feeling that there's a good reason why these guys are doing what they're doing. And I'm referring to the Aces and Eights. You know, they have Joseph Park in the back, tied up. And looks like they're about to electrocute him and do a little torturing on Joseph Park. Unfortunate for him. But he did get himself in this situation knowing, you know, what could have happened. So basically, the end of the night tonight, we'll find out who TNA's two guys are. We move on to the main event. Bully Ray versus Jeff Hardy versus Austin Aries, which was a really, really, really good match. I really enjoyed the match. We go towards the end of the match where we have Austin Aries trying to get Bully Ray up in the brainbuster. Bully Ray blocks it. Jeff Hardy gets involved. At this point, Austin Aries kind of had control of the situation, or so he says. Jeff Hardy actually gets thrown into Austin Aries. Jeff Hardy gets a bully bomb from behind. 1, 2, 3. Really impressive. Bully Ray goes over both the TNA World Heavyweight Champion and the #1 contender. Austin Aries ends up getting in the face of Jeff Hardy. Really, really upset. Basically saying, no, I had it under control. It's your fault. Austin Aries then climbs the top rope, waiting for the adulation of the crowd. And nothing but boos. Austin Aries gets a heel reaction. Now, of course, Jeff Hardy does his little Jeff Hardy thing and gets a big pop from the crowd. So, is Austin Aries turning heel? It's going to be a really good match Bound for Glory. We're going to move on to Sting and Hulk Hogan's decision. So now Hogan and Sting are in the ring. And they basically made their choice. And Hulk Hogan says, brother, that their man is Mr. Anderson, who hit not one, but 2 mic checks tonight. Looked really strong in his match. Well, Mr. Anderson's music hits, and guess what? No Mr. Anderson. Why? Well, because the Aces and Eights took him out. They beat the living daylights out of him in the backstage area. Mr. Anderson cannot answer the bell. Bully Ray runs to the ring, and he says, you see, you want to pick this guy? Well, you need a warrior. You need a warrior, and I'm your guy. Basically convinces Sting that they need Bully Ray. And Sting and Bully Ray finally finally convince Hulk Hogan that they need Bully Ray. Something's fishy, guys. Bully Ray wants it a little too much. Again, this is my opinion. I would like to know what you guys think. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it was an interesting show this week. I always say this. I would do this for a living. But if I can't, I do it anyway. Why? Because I love talking wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, catch me here every week for your Impact recap and review at OneWrestling.com or YouTube /OneWrestlingVideo. Follow me on Twitter at Big Ray Show. Follow my boy, the Mass Tweeter X. Follow my homegirl, Lady B from the NYC. And, of course, the Godfather, Mr. Bill Apter. Ladies and gentlemen, Bound for Glory is just weeks away. I'll see you next week. I hope you have a good one. Peace.